Right at the top, I want to understand how deal activity is faring in Asia.
Well, it's pretty amazing. We came off a record year last year, not only in the U.S. capital markets with 750 IPOs on Nasdaq and 50 of them from this region, but there's only 136 IPOs, which is still kind of an amazing number when you think about it, but certainly down off the record pace that we had. But 26 of those have been here in Asia. So our traditional foreign company listings run about 13% and running over 20% of the listings so far this year. And we certainly see that continuing to grow.
And you have a 90% win rate of all APAC listings. And I wonder how are you kind of getting these companies to say Nasdaq is the place?
Well, we've put in a whole set of services that we provide to companies. So it's tough to transition from private to public. We recognize that. We're a public company ourselves. And so we actually have a whole host of services that we actually deliver in language, in time zone. We have an office here in Singapore. We've had open for over 20 years, right over on Collar Key, and with 24 people. And so we deliver the services that companies need to make that transition. And then when you add in things like our branding, our great trading, our lower listing fees, and companies wanting to be associated with the Nasdaq brand and the companies that have changed the world over the past 25 years.
Region-wise, it's Southeast Asia, which is really, really going out there, getting companies listed still. And the environment actually is quite insulated from what's happening in the West for these countries. And so you're seeing a great deal of pickup in IPOs in ASEAN.
We are, because there is just an amazing TAM for companies here. I mean, 650 million people across the ASEAN region. We continue to see companies, brand new companies from markets that we've never had before. We just had a Malaysian company, Starbucks, list with us in August. We had our first Thai company, Guard Force, list with us last year. So we from everywhere from Australia all the way to India, we're seeing more and more companies listing with us and more companies interested in the U.S. capital markets.
Yeah, is timing an issue where they're like, it's looking quite murky when it comes to the macro environment. The markets are not giving us the best valuations. So are you seeing the pipeline have some lag?
The timing is definitely an issue. It always is, because when you have a hot market like we had last year.
Bob, more so now.
Yes, now we definitely are seeing companies take a more thoughtful approach, and some of the ones that we thought were going to go out, in the post-Labor Day to Christmas period this year will probably push to the first half of next year. But that doesn't mean they're going to stop their plans on becoming public companies in the U.S. So that's one of the reasons why we're here. That's one of the reasons I was here. I come here quarterly. We had an IPO boot camp with over 100 people yesterday, right here in Singapore, focused on U.S. listings. So it's definitely something that is of interest to companies, to sponsors, bankers.